Alrighty, it's been a few days after East versus West and just wanted to do a little recap of some of the matches. I will do a more in-depth kind of walkthrough of these matches analysis at some point when they're available on YouTube. But for now, just wanted to give some quick thoughts a few days after they were aired, a few days after they were live. So with Corey versus Devon, this match, I'll say I was pretty impressed with Corey overall. I think he did do better than I expected, or at least I'll say that he showed more potential than I expected. The score still ended up being 3-0 Devon LARRATT, but this was one of those matches where we really didn't exactly see the clash that maybe we wanted to see. What I was really curious about is, can Corey flop press Devon? Whether that's by doing something similar to what we've seen Chance Shaw do in the past in one round, where obviously Chance was the far weaker guy, but he was able to do something against Devon by kind of top rolling, losing his wrist knowingly, and then switching to that flop press. That's something we saw Corey do in this match pretty well. He top rolled, kind of went somewhat outside, and Corey is always sort of holding on a little bit, but he was able to still top roll while losing some hand control and then do a transitional flop press. And at that point in time, he actually looked pretty good. And of course, we see Devon elbow foul. And so I was really interested to see, is that something that Corey actually has access to? Because after this, we never really see Corey have that full opportunity to just see if Devon can hold him there again in that same lane. I think if Corey hit really hard outside, immediately switched to that flop press, and Devon didn't elbow foul, I think he potentially could have pinned him. So I think that's very interesting. And then the only pin we ever actually see from Devon's side is him rolling out into Corey's fingers and then kind of doing that sort of cheeky jump behind and press over the top of Corey outside of straps. So let me know what you guys think about this. To me, more so than who's necessarily stronger in this match, I think it probably over rounds is going to be Devon in most lanes, but we didn't exactly get to see that demonstrated. And I think that more than it just being about strength, this match was really more so Devon just kind of outclassing Corey because he's been arm wrestling for, 40 years or something, 45 years at this point. So I think this was more of a technical display from Devon. He did a very good job of using his fouls very well, and he put a lot of pressure on Corey in that regard to finish the match. And then we see Corey maybe panicking a little bit at some point, kind of holding on out of straps, and then he does end up getting pinned because of that. So let me know what you guys think about this, but I would actually be interested to see this match again at some point in the future. Not necessarily right away, but if Corey gets a little bit better, I think maybe he could have something there in that lane where you hit outside really hard, losing your wrist, kind of doing a Todd roll, and then you jump behind your arm with that flop press. I think if Corey really works on that specifically, that might not be his go-to move, but if he really purposely practiced that and he could do it with Michael Todd, I think maybe he could do something to Devon left-handed at some point in the future. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you later.